I joined the business of my wife around a year or 9 months back, and I had the opportunity to meet a lot of manufacturers, influencers, services, etc. And I realized that there is a lot of misconception going around Instagram. While I do have around, I would say, 15 years of digital experience, which includes digital marketing, Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, Google marketing, LinkedIn marketing, as well as website designing, app designing. I've done a lot of activities during my corporate period. So in all, I have 30 years of sales and marketing experience, and around 10-15 years comes in from digital. So when I started my own business, the platform changed. When you're working with large organization, I used to spend 1.5 crore a month. And of that, the maximum need was to get as many leads as possible. And it was more of operations. It was more of, getting the lead in the system and then someone calling them. We were so much into firefighting possibly that we didn't even get into too much of detail on how we could improve the content in a very different manner. But for small manufacturers, even large ones in fact, if they use the process which I'm talking of, I think the digital platform can become a very effective way of selling their products. Now that you have made up your mind to sell your products through Instagram, you need to make a business Instagram handle. It has its own advantages. It also gives you features over a period of time which you would be able to extract more and more from Instagram. The second part is that you need to treat Instagram as your digital showroom where you can showcase your work as a manufacturer of products, as an influencer, as someone selling his skills, his or her skills, or maybe selling their services. Since we mentioned the digital showroom, your showroom has to look neat and clean. It should have high quality content. It should have content that shows your professionalism. In case you have to invest into a DSLR or a mirrorless today of a high quality camera or recording equipment, please do it. Otherwise, you won't be able to make much dent into the Instagram, fraternity. And in case you cannot do all that, and maybe your proficiency is very different to what is needed on Instagram, then please hire an agency or a person who can do this work for you. So in case you want to sell products, you want to sell your services or any kind of other activity on Instagram where you want to generate revenue, the channel has to be serious. It cannot be funky. I see a lot of people utilizing a funky kind of style to get more views and engagement. I think that suits maybe an influencer, but if someone is from business and wants to really make money, then the channel has to be serious. So what will make a channel effective? To make you understand better, let me correlate your channel with maybe a retail outlet into a mall or a retail outlet in the market. So what attracts you or what inspires you to that particular outlet? I think it's the looks initially that you feel, yes, this is a nice outlet. Which, for example, let's say if you're buying shirts, when you go into that outlet and you see it from outside, it's aspiring. Yes, they've got a good quality product showing on the display. And when you enter, you see a full range of product into the showroom. And then you get the product which you want to buy. If that fits in your bill, you make a purchase and you move out. So what happens in case of Instagram? Instagram also, you have a scenario wherein your channel is there. And if suppose you're trying to sell services, let's say you're trying to sell a training program. So when you're looking at a training program, what do? If you have content around that particular training, if you have snippets around those particular training, that particular snippets will showcase your product or your knowledge to the end user. Means the person who's coming will be able to correlate, yes, this particular person makes sense. The second thing is, are you aspiring enough? So for example, if I'm a choreographer, and I want to show good dance, or if I have reels which are showcasing my dance in a very good manner, that would be aspiring for someone to learn. If it is basic, possibly it may not. But if you play even in basics in a very nice way, saying that these are basic steps you should need to know while dancing, will create also a nice impact for the person to follow you for learning more. And there can be a time when he decides, yes, I think this person knows his dance pretty well. So if a person comes to your Instagram handle, it should be aspiring. It should be aspiring to the level that he feels me or any other person on that particular channel is able to sell his services well, is able to explain the product well, and is an authority around the product. So the first statement which I made, that I have 30 years of sales and marketing, gives that authority that I understand sales and marketing well. And when I said I have 10-15 years of digital experience, it also showcases my knowledge in terms of how well I am in my particular product range. Once the channel is up, you need to induce, I would say, visits to your particular channel. If you're not able to induce visits to your channel, what will happen? You will not get enough views, you will not get enough engagement, and you will not get enough traffic, and ultimately your channel, while having very good content, will not be able to give you a good return. Now let us put the reality in place. Not everything gets viral. What I mean to say is that while the content is good, it is serious, we are putting the right information, but it doesn't become viral just for these sakes. There should be something which makes it viral, and virality is something which is very, very rare. So how do you manage that particular aspect? So the way to manage such aspect is to advertise. Now what do you advertise? You advertise about your services. Like for example, I say I'm a digital marketing expert. I say that I create digital content. I say that I can help you as a consultant in sales. Now, if I go back on my channel and say as an advertisement, these are the services I provide, you know very well what I'm talking to. This has been established. Once you come to my channel and you see content around all these 3 topics which I mentioned, will give you confidence that I know my subject well. Now you might say, then if this is the case, let me just put advertisement, and why worry about content? See, advertisement will bring people to your channels. It does not ensure that you will get business, because when they come to your channel, they don't see any good content or quality content, the person will walk out. Hence, it is very important to have a combination of both advertisement as well as a good content. When you have a combination of both, you will get not only good customer walking in, you will have a lot of people following you, and the right kind of people who will follow, who ultimately will give you business. So in case you don't have a proper content along with an advertisement strategy, what will happen? People will not follow you. The right set of people will not follow, they will not engage with you, and Instagram will not be able to understand what kind of followers do I need or whom it should show the ad, because the algorithm gets synced in properly when the right followers come in. So the net impact would be is that money will get siphoned out from your pocket without much result, and your conversion rates will be very, very low. So how should an ad look like? The ad should be very specific to what you're selling on that particular handle. It cannot be something which doesn't clearly indicate what it is all about. If you're selling a product, mention that you're selling a product. If you're offering services, say that we sell such and such services. If you're an influencer, you can even mention I'm an influencer. In case you're looking for something, you can contact me. And if you're for skills like training or something, mention I'm a trainer and I train people for X. Maybe you can put the price, or you don't want to put a price, you still say I sell. So the whole thing is, you should not beat around the bush. Let people know exactly why this Instagram handle is for and what are they expecting out of the handle. Once they understand you're selling an XYZ, they will try to go to your content and try to see whether your content fits in or is able to convince them that your product is good enough, or you know your services well, or I would say you're a king of your skills. This kind of ad will also align the algorithm of Instagram, telling it what kind of people are following you, because you're being very specific that I'm selling, for example, digital marketing, and people start following me because of that. Instagram will come to know through its algorithm what kind of people are following you, and it makes lookalike, and that lookalike ultimately also are bought into your page, and that ultimately helps in terms of getting the right people and more business out of it. The second kind of an ad which I suggest is a WhatsApp kind of an ad, which is more like a pilot. Now, why a pilot is important? So you decided that you will sell this dress, right? And you decided that this dress will get sold in a particular area. Instead of going nationally first, you can go to that particular area, to that particular age group, and then start doing an advertisement. Based on the WhatsApp feedback you're getting, and based on the conversion ratios you're getting, and based on the cost you're spending on it, that will indicate whether that particular advertisement is working and not working, for what it is working and for what it is not working. And then you can keep on improving. So for example, there was an advertisement which we ran, and while it was for India, the company wanted to cover the whole area, then we realized that more messages are coming from a state like Bihar and UP, just because they're just clicking on the ad. We went back and gave the feedback to the company saying that we cannot have the whole area. Let's fix up some particular areas or some metros wherein we would like to show the ad. As soon as we moved to metros to those particular advertisement, because the segment of customer was staying there, they got a better result and the outcome was better. I hope whatever I've shared helps you in terms of framing your Instagram strategies. While it's just a brief, in case you want to know more, you can always contact me. My numbers and details are given, and I would be happy to help you out.